So I wanted to do another span-off video because I made a video about how white people cannot experience racism, and I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit more. I said in that video that the only thing that can equal racism is power plus prejudice, and so because white people control all the power in this country, then they are not going to be on the receiving end of the racism. And a lot of people don't get that, and they're just like, well, you know, there's black people, but we have a black president and all this stuff. But, no. Okay, so let's just talk about that. So I want to discuss how white people are the leads in, you know, the justice system. They are most of our police force. They are most of the people that are in our governmental positions that make laws and that pass on those laws to, you know, all the states around the country. And then in those states, most of our governors who enforce those laws and who make even more laws, they are white people. And if you think about how power works, it's all institution. It's all these like pillars in this country that are set up in order to make this country run. These are all controlled by white people. So if white people are running all of these things, then white people are going to be the ones that are making the rules for all of these things. The reason why we need to get people of color into these positions is because white people are catered towards other white people. They're not catered towards people of color. They're not looking at how racism is affecting this country. They're not looking at how in those positions they have people that are controlling things that are racist people. I mean, one of the biggest quotes from a huge KKK member was that one day we're not going to be in sheets anymore. We're going to be your lawmakers and your police officers and your judges. And that's what we had. You know, in the Ferguson protests and all of that, who do we have standing on the side with the cops? We have the KKK members, and that's because they are together. We have people that are in the KKK that are serving as police officers. So why would we even wonder why would we even be surprised that we are facing huge rates of police brutality at the hands of these white cops? It's because they are controlling all of these systems, and we are just nothing but target practice at this point. So white people are the ones who control the power in this country. So if you control the power, then you can't experience racism, because anybody that doesn't want to be around you or hang out with you because you're white would just be trying to hurt your feelings. Like, I could say, hey Becky, I hate you because you're a white person. What does that do to Becky? Does that change anything for her? Does that make it so that Becky can't go get a job? Does that influence other people's opinions of Becky so that everybody can oppress Becky, and so that Becky one day has to live in a world where everybody hates Becky and Becky can't get any education, or she can't get a job, or she can't get out of prison because everybody hates her? Like, what does that do to her? Nothing, but it hurts her feelings. So white people can only experience prejudice. They cannot experience racism. So I just decided that I'm going to get that tattooed on my forehead, like right here. It's going to say power plus prejudice equals racism. Like, that's how serious I am, and so tired of like talking about this, because I don't understand why this is such a hard topic to understand. Like, even if you don't believe that you have white privilege as a white person, and even if you don't understand how racism works, why is it such a hard thing to understand that white people control this country? Like, all you have to do is look at our government and look at, like, I don't know, the country, and you'll be able to see that there's nothing but white people. Like, it's so weird because, like, if we have a movie and there's like a bunch of black people in it, people can be like, what is up with all of this forced diversity? Like, why are there so many like people of color in here? But like, if we like ask you guys to like look at the country and like see that there's a bunch of white people, you can't understand how that is a problem. You can't see that. You guys don't see in color. Okay, do you see in do you see in white? Do you see in white? Because I don't understand how you guys are like, oh, I don't know, I didn't realize that there were so many white people in the government. Golly gee. Like, you know that there's white people everywhere, so how can you not understand that white people are controlling the country? Like, you know that. Look at our presidents in the past. Ever since we've had this country, look at our president. We've had one black president. Like, how is that possible? How?